Hello, everybody. How are you, bright lights? Welcome to another edition of To the Wake Up to Your True Potential series. I'm so happy to have my guest today. She's a very good friend of mine, and I've known her for a really long time. My guest today is Danielle Vierling, and Danielle is an intuitive guide and healer with decades of experience. And she's originally from California, but she's based in Dublin now, and she has clients all over the world. She does integrated energy body work, and she also does Hawaiian Lomi massage and synergy yoga dance. So she works intuitively with the body. So she's multi-talented on so many different levels. Hi, Danielle. It's so nice to see you today. Welcome.
Hi, Laura. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you so much.
It's great. It's great to have you here. And we've known each other. We've known each other for such a long time, and we've given workshops together as well. We've given these amazing workshops where we've combined coaching, astrology, and synergy yoga dance, and people have loved these workshops so much because we combine mind, body, and spirit in these workshops. And I remember specifically a workshop that we gave a year ago in August after we had come out of one of the lockdowns, and it was just so amazing when we got all of these people together in person. And wow, it was just such an amazing powerful day a year ago. That was the last workshop that we gave, and hopefully we can do more workshops in person soon.
Yes, I hope so. That was a beautiful day, and
right?
People really appreciated it.
Yeah, it was so powerful, so magical. I still remember the energy of that day. And you do so many amazing things, Danielle. I don't even know where to start to ask you about all the amazing talents that you have. But one of the things that you do, and the title of our interview today is embodying your true potential in your daily life. So can you give me an overview of all this amazing embodiment work that you do?
Yes, thank you, Laura. So I got trained back in 1996 in America to be a synergy dance, yoga dance teacher. And it was in combination with a type of healing integrated energy body work called polarity therapy, which was developed by a doctor who traveled to Asia and India. So he was combining Western medicine with Asian methods and Ayurvedic methods of healing into quite a comprehensive methodology, a lot of techniques that really help people integrate. So, in today's world, we can get very bent out of shape, literally and figuratively, by, we live in a crazy world, and a lot of us are on social media today, and we forget about our bodies, and, we can be in our heads too much, or sometimes we're in our emotions too much, or sometimes we're just go, go, go. And these techniques help you to come back into yourself and integrate all of that you've been experiencing outside of yourself in the world, and kind of bring it back and rebalance, reintegrate, come back to your essential self and feel better. And when you feel better, you can embody your true potential better. And it kind of also activates and wakes you up to your true potential. As a practitioner such as me, is got my hands on a client, say they're laying down on a plinth, I'm tuning in and sensing where are the blockages, where are the problems in their energy flow. It could be a trapped emotion in the right hip, for example, and I can identify that, help release it, and help activate more positive flow of energy there. And when we're in our more positive flow, then everything's easier, and we can express our potential better and wake up to it better. So everything in the end comes back to the self and back to what you're experiencing within yourself. And these embodiment tools are great for that. And the dance and yoga is another aspect of it that's really important, because these are more DIY methods that I would facilitate for clients and people who come to my workshops or retreats or whatever. And these help you put your energies, your emotions, your creativity into expression, to move it. And as the great shaman Carlos Castaneda from Mexico talks about, how important it is to fuse your intention with your movement to actualize your potential in life, to put things into manifestation. So it's really important, like when we're doing movement, that you might have a thought or a feeling that you want to express through the movement, and that's quite powerful. To help you put your dreams into action also, instead of always just thinking about it and it always being in our heads. It's important to step down from the head and into the body. And that's what the tools I have and use with my clients do.
Yeah, wow, that was such a beautiful explanation, Danielle, and such a nice overview of the embodiment work that you do. And and since I've known you for such a long time, and I've taken so many of your classes and workshops and courses, I've seen, I've gotten a very nice overview of everything, that you do. And, it synergizes so well, right? Like all of it
Thanks.
so well together. And of course, you're so intuitive as well. So you use your intuition with everything that you do, right? Because even when you do the polarity therapy and when you do the Hawaiian Lomi massage, you sense, you sense where the blockages are in a client and so forth, right? So you really embody working with mind, body, and spirit with your clients. So I think that's amazing. And I think that you described it really well. You gave a nice overview of it.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
And what would you say, if we think about what would be 3 embodiment practices that people can use in their daily life, that would make a difference? What would those be?
Yes, indeed. Well, since we spend so much time in our heads, worshiping the brain and operating, thinking, talking, looking, everything up here, the one important practice every day is to step down from this busy overthinking mind and step down into the body. And so with a mindfulness practice, that's just coming down in and feeling the physical sensations, just taking a kind of inventory or a scan within. So you can go down, for example, and you can just kind of tune in, okay, where feels cool, what feels warm, where is there discomfort, where is there ease in the body, where does it feel good, where not, and just, bring your attention down into the body is an important everyday practice, even if it's just for 1 minute or 5 minutes. At some point, if you can do that, then you're honoring what's present in you. And that's part of an embodiment practice, to be very present with yourself, because active presence is a kind of love. And by holding active presence within your body, you're giving it some love. And this can only help you be in your best true potential. And then a second practice after that would be, okay, where do I feel the discomfort in my body? After you've identified that in the first practice, and even if you just only did the first practice, that's fine. But the next one would be, wherever you identify the discomfort, say it's a kink in the neck or a sore hip or a stiff ankle, whatever it is that's calling out to you, send that some extra love. Where your attention goes, the energy goes. So by giving attention, just send good vibrations to that part of you. Even touch it. I mean, touch, the power of touch is so healing. And of course, if you come to a practitioner such as me, I'm giving you the loving, nurturing touch very naturally and holding you in a compassionate space. But you can also do that for yourself. And just by touching it, you're letting energy go to that place that needs healing, needs love. And it helps soften the tension, the agitation there. It will ease it, even by simply touching. I mean, there's been lots of research and studies done on touch. This is important to us as food or water. And if we can't get the touch from somebody else on a given day, especially in these last couple of years with lockdown and so on, then do it for yourself. It still makes a difference. So that would be a second practice. Touch yourself with love, with care, and don't wait around for somebody else to do it always. Then a third practice, a daily practice, is grounding. Of course, you've all heard about that. But grounding can simply be bring your attention to your feet, wiggle your toes, create space between the toes. I'll never forget one in my yoga training when one of my teachers had me do this. And when you have your 10 toes on the floor, try to stretch them and create space between them. Now, that's not so easy if you've had your feet crammed in shoes all the time and they're all get squished together. But over time, if you practice that, you get a bit more space in between the toes, because these are meridians. These are energy pathways. Each of the 10 toes is an energy pathway, and you want those to be a little more stretched out and open. That helps the energy flow from the earth into your body, rejuvenates you, gives you a happier, better feeling in yourself. That again, when you have that, you can hold your true potential better because you're grounded, your meridians, the energy is running freely. And so just wiggle those toes. If you can do it outside in the grass or somewhere, especially in the summer months, do it, because that's all the better. But if you just do it in your house, that makes a difference too. Wiggle the toes, stretch them out, and just really feel the gravity of earth supporting you. And this is an important daily practice. You're just going to feel loads better. It's simple. So these three everyday practices are simple, and that's what we want. We want simple and easy to help you. But those three, first, doing a body scan, just acknowledging what's present in you. Number two, touch where there's discomfort, where there's tightness or agitation in your body. And number three, really getting into the grounding and letting the energies run more freely through those 10 toes. Those three simple daily practices are going to make a huge difference in your everyday life and wake up to potential.
That's great. Thank you so much for those tips, Danielle. And I really relate to, you mentioned walking on the grass barefoot. I love doing that. That's one of my favorite things to do in the summer. And yeah, I love it. I love the sensation of being close to nature, and it grounds you. It brings you down to earth.
Absolutely. Yes.
I love that practice. I really do. And even you can be walking, on the grass in the garden, or you can be walking on the beach, on the sand. All of these practices are so important, and they get us, close to nature, and they help ground us in all ways, right? And I think that you brought up a really good point that, in today's world, in today's society, we're so conditioned to be in our heads, right? We're constantly thinking about things like, what do we have to do? You have your things to do list, and there's so many things on this things to do list, and we're always like, go, go, go. Of course, that was more so before the pandemic, right? Like we all had to like stop and look at our lives and reevaluate our lives, during the pandemic and the lockdowns and all of that. So things have changed, and I think that one of the things that has happened is people had to slow down. People had to slow down in all ways. But I think that it's a really good point that you mentioned about not being so much in your head and trying to move more into your heart, right? Because
As
people are
well.
always, right, yeah, because actually the strongest part of you, or when you do something from your heart or with your heart, that's actually the strongest, place to do something from, right? People always think that it's when you do something with your mind or your head, but it's actually when you do something from the heart that's the
Mhm.
strongest. And we all know that the frequency around the heart is a lot stronger, and a lot bigger, than the frequency like around our head. And I think that that's something that most people don't think about. Most people don't think
Yes, that's
about.
true. And that's
Yeah.
absolutely true. I'm in total agreement. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then
Like,
drop down into the heart, drop down into the body, and feel the
yeah.
feels and move with them. Yes.
Exactly, exactly. And I think that the more you do it, the more you drop down into your heart, and the more grounded you get, the better everything in your life will flow, right? Because it's all about finding the balance. It's all about finding the balance between everything, mind, body, and spirit. But
Mm.
many times, and especially when there's an imbalance in someone's life, they tend to,
Yes.
right, there tends to be one area that they focus on too much, and
Mm.
they ignore the other areas. So it's
That's
all
so
about
true.
finding the balance, right? It's all about finding that balance and that equilibrium, right?
That's so right. Yeah, so right on. Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I do witness that in clients that, the imbalances. And sometimes we get so subjective that we can't see ourselves objectively. And that's where I come in as a practitioner, that, I can stand back from the client, and I can go in if they're on the plinth. And if I'm doing a Lomi Hawaiian massage or something, I can find where the tight spots are. And that's where there's an imbalance as well. And then we can move that energy that's stuck there, and then the energies can rebalance. The same with the polarity therapy, energy body work. It's all about moving the stuck energies, because we can be kind of like a spring, and everything's bunched up and tight, and we want to
yeah,
elongate that out, and stretch it out in the body so everything can free flow and rebalance. And people go away feeling amazing,
right.
and then they go out and they're just feeling more confident, more positive, more full of vitality. And naturally then they're going to be able to work with their potentials better. And sometimes, I can see where their strengths are or their vulnerabilities are as well, working on the body. And we can help strengthen where there's vulnerability, or at least provide acceptance, and acceptance is healing too. Or we can reinforce the strengths that I can see intuitively mirrored in their body.
Yeah. And isn't it so amazing, the process that happens when you help a client gain awareness about something, or release some kind of obstacle, and then the person gets so much lighter, and it looks like they get 10 years younger, just because they've been able to release something
Yes,
really powerful, right?
absolutely. Yes. Yeah, they go away. Yeah, in fact, they look different after a
Yeah,
session.
yeah,
They look younger and lighter and brighter.
yes,
Yeah, because it's like a burden's been lifted or released, and they're not carrying that weight of the world on them, their shoulders, or that feeling that nothing's going to ever get better, carrying around in their hips or whatever. And yeah, they get a lift. Definitely, it's wonderful to
yeah,
witness.
yeah. I love witnessing that. I love witnessing a client having this aha moment and getting this
Mm.
awareness, and be like, wow, is that really possible? And then yeah, like everything about them changes. Their energy gets lighter, they get so much happier, their eyes start to sparkle, and they get
Yeah.
they get 10 years younger. They
Yeah,
really
yeah,
do.
this is
It's
true. This is
right.
really true. It's totally in the internal energies can completely change a person's face and physicality and everything. You're absolutely right. I
Yeah.
witness that all the time.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, especially with all the work that you do, especially with all
Yes.
the work that you do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
you
know.
could
Yeah.
also call it rejuvenation work. You're right. It does. It makes you more youthful.
Yeah, no, seriously, seriously. It's like forget plastic surgery. Do this, do embodiment work. Seriously.
Absolutely. And a lot of the work I do is based on the Qigong Asian methods, which are for longevity and youthfulness. And there's a lot of techniques, and there's a lot of acupressure points on the face and the knees and the feet that activate that youthful energy and that longevity. So it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right?
there's specific focus for that, and I can definitely assist people with that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no,
no need for Botox, no need for surgeries, no need for any of that. Just go
yeah.
natural and activate this positive energy, this flow, this chi in the body. And yes, you'll be glowing.
Yeah, no, seriously. It's amazing. It's amazing all these practices that are out there that most people don't know about.
Right. It's
So,
so true.
yeah.
And they're so easy, actually. And of course,
Yeah.
it's lovely to have somebody do it for you. And what I do, Laura, is I can kickstart it, I can activate it, but then I also give clients exercises and different acupressure points they can take home with them and they can do on their own
Yeah.
to maintain themselves. Like, they don't have to come back a million sessions. Sometimes one session's enough. And sometimes, I do have clients who like to come weekly and get their tune up. And I'm happy to be there for them. But other people, once off is fine. And they go away with tools that they can then practice themselves.
Yeah.
So either
Yeah.
way, whatever works, whatever helps.
That's great. And I know that you give courses and you give workshops. Do you have any workshops coming up that you'd like to mention?
Yes, I am going to be offering a Sunday workshop at the end of July. Sundays are often good because people don't have as many plans, and so they can set that time aside. And usually it runs a half day from like 2 to 6, 4-hour workshop, which flies, by the way,
Yeah.
because we do some yoga exercises and then we do some movement, and I'm giving attention to what's needed on the day with a group. Yeah, so there's one synergy dance yoga, one coming up end of July, the 25th of July. There's currently one planned for that date. So yes, if you're interested, if anybody's interested, give me a shout. You can look to my website.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, they can either contact me on my website, which is soultruthsupport.com, which kind of shows a medley of my skills. But certainly the workshops are often listed there if I've updated it. And you can inquire, or you can email me, daniellevierling@gmail.com, or text message. I'm on Instagram and all those different social media, so people can find me.
That's great. That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Danielle. It's been an absolute pleasure. We could stay talking here all day. We have so
For
much to
sure.
talk about.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate you giving me some time today. I'm delighted to speak to all your listeners out there. So happy days ahead to you all, and stay embodied, stay walking in the grass, of course, and all. So thank you, and see you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Danielle. And thank you to everybody that watched the interview today. I hope you gained lots of wisdom and insights from everything that was shared. And don't forget to subscribe and write comments, questions, give us some likes, share with your friends and family. And don't forget to tune in next Friday, where I'm going to have another amazing guest, full of amazing tips and tools for for how to wake up, wake up to your true potential. So stay well, bright lights, stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you soon. Bye.